Thank you for viewing our presentation. Today we will have one of our managing directors, Neil Smith, discuss CrossCountry's view on the rise of cloud-based solutions for large enterprises. Through our interactions with our clients and through our relationships with several cloud providers, we have seen an overwhelming interest in adopting cloud-based solutions. So with that, Neil, I will hand it over to you.
Great. Thank you for the introduction. I'm excited to be able to share our firm's experience and perspectives on cloud-based ERP solutions with you all today. And before we dive into the presentation, I'd like to provide a brief overview on CrossCountry Consulting, who we are and what we do. Our leadership team, which has worked together for over 15 years, established CrossCountry to assist our clients optimize their business processes and systems and respond effectively to business expansion, regulatory mandates, and complex change. We believe that our ability to help our clients achieve success hinges entirely on the outstanding team of consultants that make up our team. Our employees come to us with years of experience as top performers at Big Four firms and other premier consulting organizations. These are people that bring amazing experience as consultants and professionals, but also wonderful personalities, and we are immensely proud to work with them every day. Over the past several years, our team has helped our clients successfully complete a wide range of initiatives through our 4 service lines, which include operational consulting and finance transformation, which are similar in nature but focused obviously on different functions. But these service lines include helping organizations with process analysis and reengineering projects, organizational reviews and design, and organizational change management projects. Enterprise risk and internal audit is where we provide regulatory compliance reviews, Sarbanes-Oxley compliance, and internal audit outsourcing and co-sourcing. And finally, accounting advisory includes service lines such as IPO readiness, acquisition due diligence, spin-out and carve-out services. I'd like to wrap up this section by saying we're excited to be able to help work with a diverse portfolio of clients that span industries and geographies. Some of our clients are large financial services firms in New York and Washington, D.C., while others are smaller emerging growth companies in different markets. So how did we get to a point where we were able to have this presentation with you today and talk about cloud-based ERP solutions? It's really through 2 ways. One, through the work that we have done on behalf of our clients and relationships that we've established with leading vendors in the market, and 2, through the research that we've conducted over the past few years. And it's interesting how both of these streams converged. About the time that we kicked off our efforts to research cloud-based ERP providers 2 years ago, one of our clients came to us and said, "We think it's time to upgrade our financial management system. We want something more robust, but we want it to be easy to use and not require a lot of resources to maintain. We think we're ready for the cloud, and we'd like to know if you can help us." We were excited to work with this client to help them understand the business case for moving to a cloud-based financials package, evaluate leading vendors in the market, and help them select the vendor solution that best addressed their needs. We've done other similar evaluation and selection projects over the past year, and we have also worked with some clients who are about to invest more money in their legacy on-premises financial management applications, and we encourage them to evaluate other cloud-based technologies before making that investment. I'm happy to report that in each of these cases, those clients have come to the conclusion that moving to the cloud is a better model, and we are currently helping these clients begin the transition from their existing on-premises financial management applications to cloud-based solutions. And we probably should have added our own logo to this slide. CrossCountry has embraced the cloud. All of the business applications that we use internally are cloud-based. Our use of cloud technologies enables us to more effectively help our clients by sharing our own personal experiences and perspectives. So with the experience that we've gained through our adoption of cloud technologies and helping our clients transition to cloud solutions, and through a variety of other technology projects we've delivered over the past few years, I'm excited to announce that we have launched a new service line focused on technology advisory. This service line includes the following offerings: technology assessments and rationalization, systems optimization and integration, system selection and implementation, business intelligence and data management solutions, SDLC Agile Project Management Services, IT outsourcing advisory, and of course, cloud advisory. We've recently updated our website to reflect this new service line and the service offerings, and I hope that each of you will visit our site to learn more. Before I move on to talk about some of the research that we've conducted on ERP cloud solutions, I would like to highlight some of the relationships that we've established with software as a service vendors. Of course, almost everyone is familiar with Salesforce.com. Salesforce was the pioneer for the software as a service model. It got its roots with smaller technology companies, but it's now used widely and broadly by a large number of organizations, including Philips, Facebook, GE, Wells Fargo, ADP, Coca-Cola, and I'm proud to say CrossCountry Consulting. But since this presentation is focused on cloud-based ERP solutions, I want to point out that CrossCountry is proud to be an Intact implementation partner. Intact is a leading cloud-based financial management solution used by over 7,000 customers today, from fast-growing companies that are ready to graduate from QuickBooks to public companies with overseas operations. We are currently helping several clients transition from traditional on-premises applications to this cloud-based solution. We are also pleased that we have gotten to know the Workday team and their products. Workday provides a suite of global applications, including HR, payroll, and finance solutions, all delivered by a unified cloud-based platform. Workday is leading the way with HCM solutions with over 600 customers, most of which are multinational with tens of thousands of employees. BlackLine is a finance and accounting close management tool used by many companies now to manage and automate their account reconciliations and close process. We're actually helping one of our clients currently with an implementation of BlackLine. And Web Filings started in 2010. They launched an integrated end-to-end solution to help streamline SEC reporting. Web Filings is now used by more than 60% of Fortune 500 companies, including many of our clients. So the rapid growth that these companies are experiencing reinforces the general theme of our presentation today. The tide is rising for cloud-based applications, and we believe that financial management and ERP solutions for large-scale enterprises is the next big wave. But it's worth noting that many people are still learning about cloud computing. To reinforce this point, we thought it was worth sharing some key takeaways from a recent study by Wakefield Research. The study included 1,000 people. Some of the interesting takeaways were over half said that if there's stormy weather, it will interfere with my use of the cloud. More than half also said that they've never used the cloud, when in fact 95% of those people actually are. They responded that they use online banking, online shopping, file sharing, and social networking apps, which are all cloud-based. This is my personal favorite. 22% of the participants said that they participated in the conversation about the cloud and had no idea what they were talking about. So what is the cloud? I know that most people have an appreciation for cloud technology and their benefits. But our team recently came across a quote from Vivek Kundra, the former CIO of the White House, that equates cloud computing to a public utility. And the quote was this: "There was a time when every household, town, farm, or village had its own water well. Today, we have shared public utilities that give us access to clean water by simply turning on the tap." And extending the analogy, Vivek goes on to point out that cloud technology vendors provide their customers with secure, reliable service that is maintained by a team of experts 24/7. Obviously, there are economies of scale in this model. We don't have to spend significant resources digging and maintaining our own wells anymore, and companies can realize similar benefits by adopting cloud technologies. What's also interesting about this quote is that Kundra implies that there may be a day when organizations take for granted the fact that their ERP solutions are in the cloud the same way that we all take for granted that we have access to clean water anytime we need it. It's probably hard for a lot of organizations to imagine that, especially given the amount of resources that companies have thrown at their legacy ERP solutions over the past several decades. But it was probably hard also for our early ancestors to imagine that we would ever have anything like public utilities as a source for our drinking water. So how do we know that interest in the cloud and cloud-based ERP solutions is gaining momentum? Well, it's because we Googled it. Of course, I'm just joking, but it is interesting to note that through this very simple illustration that there has been a consistent increase in the number of times that users have searched the terms cloud finance and cloud ERP. Fortunately, we have many other sources that help to confirm our belief that cloud ERP is on the rise. I've already mentioned that we have several small and medium-sized businesses and emerging growth clients that are starting to make the transition to the cloud. And it's no surprise that SMB businesses tend to adopt new technologies faster than large enterprises. But these headlines from 2013 research reports highlight just how rapidly this adoption is happening and is expected to happen over the next few years. So Parallels is our first quote. They're a hosting and cloud services provider, and Parallels projects that the worldwide SMB software as a service applications market will grow from $14.5 billion in 2012 to $33.8 billion by 2015, which is a compound annual growth rate of 32%. IBM sponsored a survey showing SMB spending on cloud solutions will grow by almost 20% over the next 5 years, with 3 in 10 mid-sized firms adopting public cloud solutions. Bain predicts revenue growth for the SaaS companies will triple between 2011 and 2014. Spiceworks released a study in 2013 indicating that 61% of SMBs are using cloud-based applications today. Cisco predicts that between 2010 and 2015, U.S. SMB cloud spending will increase from 16% of total spending to 44% of total spending. And Gartner just released a research report in January of 2014 saying that the emergence of cloud and postmodern ERP will relegate highly customized ERP systems to legacy status by 2016, which is 2 years away. The study also predicted that at least 30% of service-centric companies will move the majority of their ERP applications to the cloud by 2018. And finally, a headline that's not on here, in the same Gartner study, their research revealed that over 50% of Gartner Research Circle members that responded to the survey, companies that were 10 million to 10 billion in size in revenue, expect to adopt cloud ERP solutions within the next 5 to 10 years. But we know that there is some lingering hesitation by some companies, especially larger ones, to fully embrace the idea of moving to a cloud-based ERP solutions. Through our experience, we have concluded that most companies who are reluctant to consider cloud ERP have their reasons based on perception, while companies who have thoroughly evaluated the cloud model come away with a fact-based appreciation for its value. So let's review some of the common perceptions and realities of adopting cloud ERP. So most commonly, we hear concerns about functionality. Users saying that it won't meet my requirements or it won't be easy to use. In fact, use of new technology platforms ensures that cloud technologies are easy to use and feel like the technologies that we are used to as consumers. In fact, these cloud vendors aren't hiring developers from legacy ERP firms like Oracle and SAP. They are hiring developers from places like Facebook and Google. The impact of this is that search results, for example, can be refined the same way that you would refine airfare results when you search on Expedia or Travelocity. Cloud technology is also built to be compatible with mobile devices. Workday, in particular, has designed its software so that its functionality is available on mobile devices just as it is on computers. Cloud vendors are designing and building their solutions to be flexible and to meet functional requirements through configuration, not customizations, which are costly to implement and maintain. And our clients know this. Some of our larger clients are already telling us that they have plans to decustomize their legacy ERPs to prepare for an eventual move to the cloud. Cloud technology firms are also investing significantly in functionality enhancements, especially in the financial management space. Meanwhile, legacy vendors are spending their capital on sales and marketing activities and trying to develop a cloud-like offering, which is really just a hosted solution. To reinforce this point, I'd like to refer to a recent Piper Jaffray survey of 42 Oracle partners, of which 76% believe that Workday will close product gaps with Oracle financials by 2016, which is just 2 years away. Customers of cloud vendors also enjoy getting the enhancements that they ask for. With new releases 2 to 4 times per year, cloud technology vendors have established processes for soliciting and prioritizing enhancement requests from their customers. Because all customers are always on the same version of the application, every customer is able to take advantage of these new features as soon as they are available. Another common concern we hear is around security. If I don't have control of my own data, then it won't be secure. But in reality, having your own data on your own server, in your own closet, in your own building doesn't make your data any really more secure. Cloud providers invest as much, if not more, in security than any other organizations, since this is so critical to their business. These vendors operate redundant Fortune 100 class data centers and have built operational characteristics into their systems that help to ensure the highest levels of privacy, availability, integrity, and security. These data centers adhere to the strictest physical security measures. For example, they require multiple layers of authentication before access is granted to the server area. Critical areas require 2-factor biometric authentication, which is basically eye and fingerprint scanning. Camera surveillance systems are at critical internal and external entry points. There's 24/7 security personnel monitoring, and unauthorized access attempts are logged and monitored by data center security. These vendors also undergo extensive external audits and self-certifications, and they frequently hire hackers to try and break into their systems and identify areas where additional security is required. Most of our clients don't spend the same amount of energy and resources on maintaining the same level of security. Availability and performance. I can't rely on someone else to ensure my business-critical data is always available. Cloud vendors monitor and manage system operations 24/7 by 365. Intact reports that they have 99.8% or greater application availability guaranteed. Actual availability is much greater. The 12-month availability average is 99.984%, and that small amount of downtime is due strictly to upgrades and enhancements. In fact, Intact's website contains a system performance page, which includes live data on system availability from around the world, current and historical information on system performance, and information about Intact's security, reliability, and availability technologies. You can see all this information for yourself at Intact's website. Scalability. It can't adapt to my organization's changing needs. With cloud technologies, capacity can be immediately scaled to the right number of users from 1 to thousands. The cloud can be up or downsized in a matter of minutes. You no longer have a need to manage physical hardware or software to meet demand. For example, one of the leading cloud-based ERP providers recently reported that a trial balance report with 75 million journal lines could be run in just 5 seconds, and 120 million lines could be run in less than 10 seconds. Finally, with support, there's a concern that clients and customers will have to retrain their IT staff in order to maintain another system, when in reality, cloud-based solutions are maintained by the vendors themselves. This enables IT resources to focus on maximizing value from the solutions as opposed to supporting bug fixes and upgrades. Cloud providers provide the service free to IT organizations. During a recent conference that we attended, a CIO for an international company reported that by fully adopting cloud technologies, he was able to focus on optimizing his company's use of technology instead of worrying about maintenance and bug fixes and acquiring and replacing hardware. That concludes our presentation on cloud-based ERP solutions. We would love to hear from you if you have any questions or feedback. Thank you very much for joining us.